Iranians. They've never had this much leverage on the global economy since in the 47 years they've been
Ever.
an entity, ever. So why are they going to fold? That's why I think this is a different ballgame.
Jesus Christ, that's like the definition of the escalation trap.
Yep, it
What's
is.
the what's your price target now for oil? I've never asked you that
Yeah,
question.
I never have a
That's
price
a taboo.
target.
That's a taboo
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
taboo question.
No, but
I
I'm
know
just
you
gonna
well
put.
enough now, Jeffrey, that I have the guts to ask that question. It's like a
Yeah, yeah.
rude question to
But
ask.
but I think it's, do I want to be? You just want to be long this space. I think the one thing is different than we
True.
talked about before. I think I want to be long gold this time around. Own gold, because I think you've priced in all the rate hikes and the damage to gold that everybody had anticipated going into this, and you see the reversal, of whether if it's the U.S. Fed, the other one, so that I tend to think you now have the potential for upside in gold. And historically, when an economy begins to slow and people become concerned about a recession, and you're seeing it in some of the labor data, that's when you want to be long gold, because gold's going to price in that into that last part of that business cycle. And usually that period is characterized by inflationary pressures, which obviously already, what with $140+ diesel, you're already seeing those inflationary pressures beginning to build. So I would add gold into that list, but I always give the caveat: get long, buckle in, and hang on for the ride. It's not, and everybody's going, oh, this thing's over. Every time you're long a commodity, you're long ball. So it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. But every single time it spikes, the way these investment vehicles work, you end up banking those spikes through the rolls, as you did. I like to point out, like a standard USO was up 40% over this time period, even though the price went back down. So my main point, I don't want to get on a target on this. I have no idea how high it could go. But I think it's a safe investment, particularly right now. Actually, what's interesting, the people I talk to, they're saying that it's like a 95 on their get long list. They see it, but they've been beaten up so bad that they're unwilling to go back into this market. And that's unfortunate, because we're sitting here talking, that you start to realize the fundamental story for being long energy here is very, very compelling.
It
And I
is
don't think it has
like
changed.
I'm not a trader, but you are very convincing. This is because you've explained it so well. What is there anything that could happen that changes your whole thesis, or not changes your thesis, but makes you reconsider the thesis? Like, what could change right now? Examples like an end to the Iran war and a long-term peace deal. I know this doesn't change all the other issues that you've been talking about, the deglobalization that started years ago, what's happening in Russia. But is there any fundamental changes, whether it's the Ukraine war, the Iran war, certain economic factors that make you reconsider the position?
Right now, you need somebody to really back off here. Is it the Chinese getting involved and trying to tell everybody? I don't know if the Chinese would even go that far. So I mean, if anything, if there's a party that could fall over here, it'd be like, something in Russia. Could that be the one that completely implodes? But the immediate, while the medium term to longer term story of an implosion, civil war or something like that inside Russia, I think is bearish to commodities, because they're going to try to export. Just like part of the reason after 91, when it collapsed, it was so bearish commodities all the way till 2004, was because you were just pumping commodities out of Russia, trying to get hard cash. And so, but the very, very immediate term in the current environment, if Russia something happens there, I don't think it's going to be bearish the very immediate term. And so so there I could change my view, but yeah, because I tend to think the situation in Russia has just got to be teetering on threads at this point. In fact, I think the Economist had some guy in this week that they talked to who
I
made these
saw it, yeah.
points. Yeah,
The
and I
oligarch,
tend to,
Russian
yeah,
oligarch or Russian businessman,
my
yeah.
the fertilizer king. But yeah, no, he was making, I think, some pretty salient points about the instability right now and what could end up following. Because inside Russia, there was, I sense, a grand bargain between the oligarchs and the leadership and everything, where, hey, leave me alone, let me do my stuff, and now that bargain's been broken inside of Russia. Bargains everywhere are getting broken, and so I would say I'm watching Russia as being one area I'd be very cautious about, and then I think in terms of Iran. In the next 4 to 6 weeks, I don't see Iran.
Oil is still spiking. It's up to 76. There's more launches from Yemen right now, just the unconfirmed
Okay.
reports, and oil is up to 76 now. WTI.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I tend to think, and then we're over 80 on Brent, I assume now.
Let me check for you, Brent. Yeah, 81, 81.5.
Yeah, I mean it's it's game on for commods once you get back into those
Jesus
eight.
Christ.
Yeah, if they're launching, where are they launching them from? Yemen too?
I just got a report. More launches from Yemen. No information. There was reports of smoke rising from King Khalid Air Base in Saudi. That's all unconfirmed because fog of war right now is all coming in. That's the first time that the Houthis attacked Saudi since 2022, I think. So the significance of this is, as you said earlier, this is more significant than Trump's threat of the 20% fee. Let me show you this one. This is a strike. Show this, please, KK, before we wrap up. This is a strike by Saudi on the Yemeni airport. We showed it earlier, but it's a new video. It's more close up. But yeah, this is just when we thought we were joking offline that I was gonna not take time off, but
Yeah,
do
no.
a few less interviews.
You're gonna.
And this is in Yemen,
Yeah,
reportedly.
you're not.
In the main right
You're not going on holiday anytime in the near future.
Exactly. This is the time for my yearly holiday. I started last year for the first time in like 12 years. Last year, I'm going to start taking holidays. I took my first holiday to the location we discussed exactly a year ago, like a couple of weeks ago is the anniversary. About 4 weeks ago is the anniversary. And I was like, all right, let's do a lighter one now where I still do 4 or 5 interviews a day and do my business, but let's just kind of have a breather. And then Trump decides to just go ape shit. Yeah, there's more confirms of drones and missiles fired from Yemen towards Saudi. We don't know the target. I'm assuming it's the airport again, but it's a shit show, Jeffrey. Fits into your thesis. Obviously, it's a small piece of your thesis. This is all a small piece of a much bigger picture you've been talking about for well before the war, just to be clear. But it's an important piece.
Yes, it is. Very important. And now we got hostilities in the biggest oil producer in the world.
There we go. Because Saudi's been kind of kept out of this war the most, insulated to an extent. It was attacked by Iran, but a lot less than other countries. Well, Iran yesterday attacked Saudi for the first time, and today, Yemen. Just to be clear, Yemen did not attack Saudi during the war a few months ago. They've just attacked it today. So I think you can see the axis of resistance, Iran and their allies are all a lot more emboldened. So we'll see what that leads to.